If weight management is one of your New Year goals, Quicksilver Scientific's GLP-1 amplifier can help. This science-backed formula supports metabolic balance, curbs cravings, and promotes healthy blood sugar levels, making it easier to stay consistent and in control. It helps give your body the boost it needs to keep you on track. Feel confident and energized this year with Quicksilver Scientific's GLP-1 amplifier. Get 10% off and free shipping at tryqs.com/podcast. Again, that's tryqs.com/podcast for 10% off and free shipping. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of All to Call MAFS. I'm your host, Tane, here with another brand new episode. Today, I will be talking about Traitors Season 4, Episodes 1 to 3. And who is talking with me about this show? It is Jason. Hi, Jason. How are you doing?
If you hate Rob R., clap your hands. If you hate Rob R., clap your hands. If you can't stand a douchebag, if you hope he gets caught soon, if you hate Rob R., clap your hands. Saying I'm good while also being heartbroken. But yes, I mean, I think you know what? I think it might be me, right? I think it might be me because every time I'm scheduled to do a podcast about a show my friend is on, they go home. I did a podcast about Survivor on the episode Asia was going home, not even aware or knowing it was the episode. She went home. I was scheduled to do this podcast with you. Rob C., my guy, went home. So it might be me. I might be the problem.
No, it's you. Let's take out the mic. It's you.
I'm the curse. I am the curse for my friends to be on reality TV shows.
I know. It is sad, but I'm removing myself from being in that community. I think there's two halves. It's split in half. There are people who are like, get over it. What's wrong with you people? It's like the whole Rachel Riley all over again. Everyone's like, it's not that deep, guys. And it is.
You know, it's one thing to be an admirer of someone from afar and do that. But when you're in a community with the person, like, it's not even just me. For those that like don't know who I am, don't know me, I podcast on the Rob Has Podcast Network. So I know Rob Sessionino. I know Rob Steve, podcasted with him several times, texted with him several times. So like I know the man. So it's hard enough to do that. But also he has a whole community and that I'm like, that me and Tate are both like into, that we're there. So we see him. We see how hard he works. We see how great he is. So it's really tough to see that. It's not just your favorite reality star being let go. It feels like someone that you personally know is being taken off your screens. And for someone that, you know, that I've heard how bad he wanted it, and for him to be out that soon was heartbreaking. And like to hear his like voice crack as he's reading his murder letter was like, oh, you just feel for the guy so bad. It's for people that are just very casual viewers. I can see them being like, what's your problem? But it's like it's more than that.
Yes, kind of, sort of. Also, Rob is how we met. So
yeah, for sure. Rob is why I podcast at all. Like that's, you know, he put out a call in 2020 for more, you know, diverse voices, more people on his network, and that's how I got into podcasting. That's how I met you. That's how I met Asia. That's how I met all of my podcast friends. So he means a lot to me in my life, and to see him go out that fast was heartbreaking. And like I said earlier, it's very reminiscent of watching Asia go out on Survivor
Yes.
in the third episode, no less. So
Yes.
yeah, it was an experience for sure.
Yeah, it was. And I think the thing for me is like it was a trifecta because all three of the people who left, I felt it. Like Ian's just my heart broke
Yeah.
because it's like these are people we don't see all the time. Like even at least for Portia, she's gonna be on another season. She's gonna be on
Mhm.
something. Rob coming back this whole time, reminding people because there's a whole bunch of people who didn't watch his season when he was on Survivor. So it's just coming back and getting booted early. But when we get there, I am gonna talk about the fact where I was like, Rob, stop talking. Don't
Yes.
say that.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
so that's what's happened. So before we dive into that, reminding you guys, you can get bonus episodes, patreon.com/AltaCall MAFS, running a special right now for the month of January. So you can check it out where you can get episodes ad-free, you can get episodes early, you can get bonus ones. So yeah, join, support, do what you got to do. And Love is Blind Germany, covering that with Brian right now. And that will be going on up until Love is Blind USA is coming back. If you don't know, February 11th, we are ready for the shit show. And I just realized that, Jason, they didn't tell us the city. I mean, we're guessing it's,
Huh.
I looked it up. I think it was, the rumor is Boston, but officially they haven't said the city.
That's interesting. Yeah, because I did see the verbiage of like they're going to a new city, but it's like
Yeah.
you didn't say what city. Yeah, you got a point there. I'm sure that we knew at some point. We just forgot because I feel like they announced casting calls for different cities. I don't know if I'm even thinking about Love is Blind or
MAFS.
MAFS. So
Yeah.
there's so many cities going so many places.
Yeah.
But yeah, and honestly, at this point, does the city even matter anymore? Because all these
Nope.
people are always just transplants that are always not even from the
Mhm.
city. They don't really have any city flavor about them. Like I don't think we're going to be hearing a whole bunch of Boston accents. It's just going to be like more of the same, pretty much, as far as the contestants, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is an interesting point you raised. Like they didn't even like say, "Hey,
Yeah.
those blind Boston coming up." I think they even they're aware of just like, what does it matter? You just love blind. You're going to watch anyway.
Plus, they know the shit show or whatever it is they're going to give us this season. And they're probably like,
Mhm.
let's just lay low. It's fine. They'll figure
Yeah.
it out when it premieres. But speaking of the show, our little show, MAFS, we got a big headline.
Yeah, man.
Talking about the sweep. Everybody's out. And we thought Pascal, at least, will be around. But what are your thoughts on this? What do you think?
So I think that was one of these scenarios we thought of, like, hey, maybe no experts are coming back, but I don't think any of us really thought it would happen, right? None of us really thought when it came up, we're like, whoa, like they're all gone, like every single person, like we all assumed that Dr. Pepper for sure was going to be gone because they really edited her out of the last season, but then for all of them to be gone, and I will say the way it's being talked about by the experts, especially, I was listening to AD's podcast with Pastor Cal, and the way he said it was like, and also some of the other publications I've seen is like, well, the show is changing.
Yes.
So we are passing the torch to new experts. So that made me wonder, is the casting process drastically changing so much that Cal, Pia, and Pepper were just like, we cannot like sign our names to this. So like, I'm wondering if it's either that or they're trying to make it seem like, well, this was our decision. It wasn't Peacock's decision. One or the other, just the way he said that was like, well, the show is changing, so we're leaving. Of like, they are really not putting any like any due diligence into these people.
Yes.
So we're leaving. It makes me think that like they ditched all the personality surveys, they ditched all the ways they tried to match people, and it's going to be even more so than it was. Just kind of a like personality pairing, right? Like we're trying to get the people that are good for TV onto the TV, which really scares me as someone that covers the show, because I think what Married at First Sight had that a lot of shows don't have is the genuineness, right?
Yes.
It felt like a lot of these people were here to find love, to find marriage. Sure, there are outliers of like, oh, this person's just here for TV or whatever, but it really felt like these were real average Joe with like average real people jobs that are out here trying to make real life. And the way that Cal phrased that scares me, because it just makes me feel like we're doing this to get personalities, not real people.
And in addition to that, he also said when AD was like, oh pretending like she watches the show. Pastor Kyle was like, oh, it's fine. We are moving on to bigger and better things. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
like, why would you say it like that? But yes, I agree with everything that you said, and especially with, what we saw in the preview and someone saying, oh, I've seen you on this reality show before, and we're moving on to that. So it could be a combination of both where they were all like, yeah, I'm not going to sign up for this. You guys do what you need to do. But people argue that, yeah, they were experts, but what were they doing? They were putting people that didn't belong together.
Yeah.
And my argument is like, yes, I can agree with that. But the one thing we could always bank on was like, they actually genuinely cared.
Yes,
They
for
actually
sure.
cared, what happened. Like, yes, the matches might not be the best, but that was there. And that was kind of like a safety net. But with everything that you said, it's like the safety net is being removed. And it's like, guys, it all in or not, there's nothing holding you. And that's where the scary part is. It's like, are we just diving fully into being a circus where, hey, it's the entertainment, we don't care? And if the rumors are true and you remove the stakes being high of actually it being a legal marriage, it's everyone for themselves at this point. It's nothing.
Yeah, and it's moving closer and closer to a Love Is Blind like dupe, right? Like
Yeah.
a clone of Love Is Blind, which is scary because that show is, at this point, we see is really just attracting just any and everybody who want to be on TV.
Yeah.
So that's scary in and of itself. And like you said, if we are removing the stakes of this being a real legal marriage, that really removes one of the safeguards
Yeah.
that was being put in place to ensure that people weren't just signing up for shits and giggles, right? Because
Mhm.
a lot of people are scared off by this is a legal marriage. Are you sure you want to do this? If it's
Mhm.
not, if those stakes are removed, then it's a free for all at that point.
Yep.
So that's very scary, and I'm very curious to see what our show is going to be in season
Yeah.
20, because it will be the first fully Peacock controlled production.
Yes.
I don't know what exactly even that means, because it's the same
Yes.
production company.
Yeah.
I just wonder like what Peacock's hand is going to be in that,
Yeah.
for the executives at Peacock to say, we want this to be more like a Love Is Blind. So do
Yeah.
what you got to do to make it that. We want the same hit that Netflix has in a Love Is Blind. So shenanigans and all that stuff, let them fly. So
Yeah.
that makes me nervous. Even because I mean, as much as I like Love Is Blind, I don't need another one, right?
Yeah.
Married at First Sight was good to me because it was different enough from Love Is
Mhm.
Blind to feel like two distinct products. But
Yeah.
if Married at First Sight is going to be a fill-in for Love Is Blind when Love Is Blind's not on the air, I don't know if I need all that. That seems like too much, right? Of the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. We shall see. I think the other thing is like I was telling Brian, we talked about this a little bit, is like I don't know how to feel because I don't know who the experts are. I feel like if
Mhm.
they announce it, and also why would they announce them leaving without announcing who is replacing
Yeah.
them? So hopefully that means they're announcing it soon. But if I have an idea who it is, like if we get like D-list celebrities or people that have been on reality TV, then we know for sure where
Yeah.
we're headed. But if we're getting people from, I don't know if you ever watched Marriage Boot Camp, but the original people, the pastor or whoever who started it, it was a husband and wife, a couple and all that, something like that. Then I'm like, there's some kind of validity to this, but I
Mhm.
sincerely doubt we're going that way. Honestly, I'm leaning towards sensationalism. So
Yeah, it might feel like American Idol, where they just started like throwing in random judges of like,
yeah,
here's Nicki Minaj, here's Ellen DeGeneres. It's like,
here's J-Lo.
what? Like what these like this, even when you had like a Simon Cowell and a Paula
Yeah.
Abdul and a Ray, just like, okay, these are people that know the music business
Mhm.
and know what they're doing, and then you're just throwing in random people that are just like, what are these people doing here? Why are they here? So I'm just wondering if it's going to feel something like that, where it's just like, what does what does Ross Matthews know about being Married at First Sight, right? How is he going to help? It just if it's that kind of stunt celebrity casting, then yeah, that will be a problem.
You just reminded me that Star Search is premiering on Netflix and it's going to be live. And the judges for Star Search are Sarah Michelle Gellar, Chrissy Teigen, and I forget who the last person is. And
What?
we're like, what?
Oh my god! Yeah, no. You
That's
like Sarah Michelle Gellar? Come on. Well, I think you have to be a certain level of fame to validate and evaluate talent to be like,
Yeah.
this person's got it. Like Sarah Michelle Gellar, outside of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, like what exactly have you done?
Hey, Scooby Doo.
Yeah, Scooby,
I'm just
whatever.
kidding.
But like, yeah, that's cringeworthy. So
Yeah.
it like you said, it's going to be about who is there to replace our beloved experts, because like I said somewhere, like there screw ups, but there are our screw ups, right? Like there like there are experts, there are people.
Yeah.
So but it's not as if Cal and Pia anyway were day ones, right? We had to get used to them as well, but they came in and they impressed.
Yeah.
So it's all about who they're going to be and what they're going to bring to the project, and if they feel genuine or not. That's what it's going to be. Like I said, it does scare me that they're just like that. What Pascal's like, oh, they're changing too much, so we're out of here.
Yeah. Well, one thing you can count on, we will be watching. Like,
yes,
for sure. It feels like we have no choice. So, okay. All right. Today we are here to talk about Traitors. And as best as you can, how did you feel about this first 3 episodes? Besides
the Rob of it all.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a Traitors season, right? It at this point, this is our fourth time around, and you can kind of get the feel and the steps of a regular Traitors season, right? And it feels like that. It feels like it's Traitors. You're going to get all these crazy personalities together. Are you going to see what it looks like when they all are in the fold? A Traitors season is kind of built on who the first Traitors are. Last season was a very gamer heavy season. It was all about backstabs, betrayals, this and that. This season, it feels like they really wanted to at first look kind of get away from that. So we really got like a entertainment heavy turret. And that really kind of shapes what the season's going to look like to begin with.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say a bad thing about this show, even if whenever it gets really bad, I don't know if I'll be able to, because I fucking love this show. Like, the way I love Traitors needs to be examined. I think it's because it's a manifestation of how deep my love for reality TV goes, how far, like, where else would I see Ian with Kristen from Top Chef or Rob from Love Island? So I just, it brings them all together. I'm so happy to see everyone together. And it seems like so far they've done a good job of getting a good mix of a cast of people. Like, every cast has been like, oh, wow, I'm interested in seeing, these people. But I will start, by saying that the Bravoverse is going to hate me. I'm a Bravo girly too, but I am very highly annoyed that Dorinda is coming back.
Yeah. I guess I don't understand the outpouring of love and all that Dorinda got from last season. Like, oh my God, you were robbed. I'm like, was she? I didn't think she was screwed over enough to be like, oh, you have to come back for next season. I don't think she was entertaining enough to be like, you have to come back for next season. I don't get it. We've had 3 episodes of it, and I'm still just like, I don't know. Like, what does Dorinda really bring to the?
She's overcorrecting. She's like, I'm going to shut up this time.
Dorinda's here. That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know why she was brought back. It happens. Like, everyone knows the whole reality thing. It's like, you don't want to be the first one voted out or the first one killed. She happened to be the one. It is what it is. She's not the first. This is like, there were 3 seasons before her and that happened. I understand what NBC Universal is going to do. They're protecting their own. And everyone knows that Housewives are the top tier of reality TV. Anywhere they go, unfortunately, they're the ones that are seen as, top of the food chain. But that doesn't mean, because it sets a precedent. Now, can we petition for Rob to come back?
And listen, I've seen it. I've seen it out there. Like, hey, Dorinda got brought back. Maybe Rob will get brought back. I was like, and I mean, as much as I love Rob, like, listen, Rob's not a housewife, right? Yes. He's not gonna bring the throwing of things and saying crazy outlandish stuff. He's gonna be Rob. He's gonna be the strategist. He's gonna be that guy. He's not the flashy, all about me. So I don't know if we'll get that same that same thing.
Yeah.
It's probably I'm in a living echo chamber of Rob as podcast. So of course everything I see is all about bring Rob back. But I don't know if the zeitgeist out there is going to be you must bring Rob C back. So yeah, I don't know. It's Dorinda's fine. It's whatever. I'm not a housewives person at all. So the beginning game, I listen, but I enjoy Candace. Like this is the first time I've ever seen Candace. And I was like, oh, she's cool, she's fun, she's awesome. And seeing, as much as I hate Rob R, for what he did to my guy Rob C. Rob needs to stop going on shows with other Robs. If Rob sees another Rob on a show, he needs to just walk off the set because it never goes well for him. Survivor All Stars got taken up by Boston Rob. On this one, they got taken up by Rob R. But as much as I hate Rob R, I think he's been a really low key but good personality.
Yeah.
Lisa Rinna, just kind of interesting to look at. She wears these weird glasses and makes her look like Cyclops from the X-Men. So that's odd in and of itself. But yeah, the beginning selection of the Traitors, we'll get into the Secret Traitor as well.
Yeah.
But for me, it doesn't blow me off the screen because I didn't know these people. But I think this opening selection of Traitors is a good mix, or they're good people to be traitors, because they're the traitors you want to be successful are the ones that aren't going to demand a lot of attention, but they're still going to be social enough to be in conversation. So I think the first selection was good because these are not people that are over the top, like a Michael Rappaport, like a Jam Jam, but they're also in the mix enough to not be super quiet, so that people are like, why are they being quiet? So yeah, I think that selection is good for the game. I think traitors in and of itself, you have to like think about and lower your expectations. If you're coming in here looking for a strategic masterclass, you're not going to get that. I think for people that are strategy heavy and they're watching, this is not that. This is a game of like even a broken clock is right twice a day, right? Like we're going to point enough people enough that eventually we're going to get a traitor. It's kind of what Traitors is. It's a game probability. It's a game on paranoia and a game on like who's saying the right things, who's being social enough. So yeah, I think that's kind of what Traitors is to me at this point.
Yeah. I want to go back a little bit because I want to talk about how they all drove in their different cars, because I want to use that opportunity to refresh for people who don't know. All the people who are in the cast, is 23 of them reality stars. In one car, we have Jam Jam from Survivor, Maura from Love Island, Stephen Kiletti, depending on which universe you're in, from One Tree Hill or from Laguna Beach. And then we have Candace from The Real Housewives. I just want to remind people that at some point, like, Candace was not my girl. I used to call her Candy Ass, actually, on purpose. Yes, because she was so obnoxious and it was a lot. And then there was a huge fight with another castmate. That was a whole other thing. But we good now. They're in that car. In the other car, we have, I want to call him Voldemort for the entirety of this season, but it is Michael Rappaport, who I don't know why he was cast, but NBC loves this man. His career tanked. As far as I'm concerned, his career tanked. And he just clung to Bravo. He talks about them. He learned everything about them. He was even invited to BravoCon to host like a panel, I believe. And he's always on Watch What Happens Live. But he's a vile human being. You can Google him and you can find out. Like, the things he says, the things he does, it's just terrible. And the fact that they gave him a platform, I don't know. But he's reminding Caroline Stanbury, who's a housewife, same car, that, oh, we met at BravoCon. I'm like, are you not embarrassed? Like, shut up. And Kristen from Top Chef and Mark Ballas from Dancing with the Stars. So technically they put 3 Bravo people in one car, which I thought, okay, that's very blatant. Then we have Donna Kelsey, Lisa Rinna, Monet Exchange, and Rob C. And to me, I'm like, this is the car of traitors right here. Like, if there was a high probability of people who are going to be traitors, these 4 would be good traitors. I do want to say that Donna Kelsey was like, you have to reinvent yourself when your kids grow up, and you have to do the things you've always dreamt of. And that's how I ended up in Scotland. And I'm not a hater, guys, but you're here because, I think a few steps were skipped. You are connected to some people.
Like, babe, you're on celebrity. You're on celebrity traders. You're on civilian traders. You're not just some old mom lady that just like found her way on the set. You are here because you are related to fame. So like, don't be like, oh, every person should do this. Like, every person can't do this. You are doing this because you are a elite club of celebrities. So don't come on here being like, oh, you should get out there and come on and do this. Like, we can't. We're not allowed to. Only a certain people, a selection of civilians are going to be picked to do one season of the Traitors, but you're here because you are famous. So don't even do that. Yeah, I felt the same way of like, oh, like, okay, yes, but you are here because you're famous. Like, don't. And when she's like, oh my god, I'm fangirling over everyone. It's like, yeah. which I guess kind of goes to show, like, should they cast people like a Donna Kelsey, who
Yes.
is like not exactly a celebrity, but is like
But is
really
close
close to celebrity.
proximity. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to
So
talk about that. Yes.
yeah.
Because I had that same thought also, was like, is it a negative? Is it possible? And also, put my tinfoil hat for some little conspiracy to see, did they expect her to stay that long anyways or
Yeah,
not? Is
I
that
don't
why?
know.
So
Yeah.
yes, exactly. So we'll talk about that. Then we have Tara Lipinski, Ian, Colton, another person. Again, if you listen to the episode where I talk about the entire cast, I talk about it like, people have forgotten or people do not know, because I put this out there and people were like, wait, what? This happened? And I'm like, yes. Colton harassed his girlfriend on The Bachelor. This was before he came out. And he put a device tracker, sent her harassing text. She had to file a restraining order, like, against him. But all's well. He apologized. He got his own show on Netflix. He's back and he's here thinking he's Pilot Pete and just being annoying. Yay. So, and Portia in the car. Then we have Dorinda, Rob R, Eric Nam, and Tiffany in the car, and then Natalie. Natalie, Johnny Ware, and
You hate Natalie too?
no, I said I love Natalie. I love her.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We were about to fight, Tane, because you made a face, and I was like, oh, hold on, not on Natalie now. Natalie is one of my favorite Survivor players ever.
Yeah.
I think she has one of the best winning games of Survivor.
Yes.
I think in the history of the franchise. There's not enough respect to put on her name. So we was about to fight. I was about to go, whoa, why are you making a face, pausing? Like, I thought you were. I was like, okay, not too much on Natalie now.
No.
Yeah, we're simpatico on
we're
Natalie.
good. We're good.
I love me some Natalie.
It was a face of ecstasy. And guys, clarification. I said I love Natalie. I love her.
Yes.
So that was it. And Ron. So they all meet and they're all like, oh my God, you were here. And I'm like, do they really not know who the rest of the cast is going to be before they head out?
Yeah, that's a good question, because there were people that definitely looked surprised to see the other people there. Like, you guys probably like talked about this though, right? Like, we were like, oh my God, I got cast on Traitors. Did you get cast on Traitors? Especially among the Housewives set, you would imagine that people should know they were there together. Like,
so someone responded to me and said that they said, well, Tamara, who was on there before, and what's her name, Dolo, she won last year from Jersey. Dolores. So Dolores, they have like a podcast, Two Teas in a Pod, and she subs sometimes. And they said they talked about it and they said they have no idea who is going to be on there. But I still don't believe it.
No, I don't.
I don't believe it.
Come on.
So, anyways, they do their whole thing. Rob would like to work with Tiffany. Johnny and Tara are trying to play it cool. And in addition to what you said earlier, the thing about Traitors is this is where if your pop culture game is in 1000, it's going to benefit you because you have knowledge on everyone on there, because anyone who's on point with their pop culture knows that these two co-host together all the time. And even if you don't know, if you watch the Olympics, I don't know why they're trying to play it cool, but it seemed like people didn't know. No one brought it up.
Rob R's talking to Johnny Weir, and Johnny's like, yeah, my figure skating. He's like, oh, do you know her? Like okay. But Rob R is someone that I would.
It's not that. Yes,
he's probably not that plugged in.
Yeah.
But I think, if it's in like you said, like I said earlier, it depends on what circles you were in, right? Because I would probably, if I see Housewives, I'm like, okay, I know you're a housewife, but I don't know like who you're cool with, like what your relationship is to this other housewife. Like I didn't know who Candace was.
Yeah,
I knew who Portia. I know Portia's name, right? I knew who Portia was. I know who Lisa Rinna was. Of course, obviously knew who Dorinda was. What other Housewives people? Is that it for Housewives? Or
Rinna. I think that's it. There was 5 of them. We're missing one more person.
Candace, Dorinda.
I just mentioned
Rinna, everybody. Portia.
I think that might be it. Stanbury, Caroline Stanbury, but she's such a dud that we forget her because she brings nothing.
Would have had no idea who that woman is.
Yeah.
Would have no idea who Mara was from Love Island. Would not have any idea who Rob R was from Love Island. That's not a show that I watch at all. So I think for me, this go round, outside of Survivor, Big Brother, and of course your wild cards like Ron Funches, I know who he is. Rappaport, I knew who he was. Unfortunately, outside of them, I didn't know a lot of people here, but I do enjoy learning new people. So, like I said, I like Candace, and I dig in Rob R for now, I guess.
Oh, I guess that's my question for you is, for people you did not know before, who do you like? Your top 3 people for people that you did not know before. They're like,
Ooh.
oh, I like this introduction to you. Like, I enjoy you seeing you on my TV screen.
Candace, I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Mara is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly, I think it's partly the accent, of course, for sure.
The ting that he said.
Everything he does. So like who else? I'm trying to pull up the cast. I should have done that earlier. Who do
Was Jam? Oh no, you know Jam.
I know? Jam
Who
Jam.
do you know? Do you know Kristen? She
Don't
didn't
know
say a
anything about
word.
Kristen, and she gave
Okay.
she gave nothing in these
Yeah.
first 3 episodes. So like I still don't
Yeah.
know who Kristen is really. She's
Mark
Top
Ballas.
Chef, right?
Yes, she's the host. I just read her
Kristen,
memoir, and it was the same thing. I got nothing.
yeah, Kristen, Mark Ballas gave nothing.
Yeah.
Stephen Coletti gave nothing. I know who Stephen Coletti was though,
Mm-hmm.
through his different projects.
Eric Nam.
Nam gave. I mean, he's fine, but he really didn't give much of anything.
Yeah. I think that's it for the people you didn't know.
Yeah. So I guess if I had to give a 3, it would be Candace, Rob R, and Mara.
Okay. That sounds good. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take a quick break and then I'll come back to talk about the first twist, which they have introduced this season.
If weight management is one of your New Year goals, Quicksilver Scientific's GLP-1 amplifier can help. This science-backed formula supports metabolic balance, curbs cravings, and promotes healthy blood sugar levels, making it easier to stay consistent and in control. It helps give your body the boost it needs to keep you on track. Feel confident and energized this year with Quicksilver Scientific's GLP-1 amplifier. Get 10% off and free shipping at tryqs.com/podcast. Again, that's tryqs.com/podcast for 10% off and free shipping. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Are we exposed? This is what every security team is wondering. But with vulnerabilities scattered across network, cloud, AI, and OT silos, the truth is out of reach, and attackers know it. There's a better way. Unify to defy risk with Tenable AI-powered exposure management. Tenable brings together all your security data and exposures in one unified view, giving you the attacker's map and revealing the critical paths and weaknesses they can exploit. Now your teams can prioritize intelligently, move decisively, and collaborate without friction. Tenable turns scattered work into a single proactive force. Instead of chasing noise, your team knows where to focus, gaining clarity, control, and speed to reduce cyber risk with confidence. Learn more at Tenable.com. Tenable, your exposure ends here.
Okay, and we're back. So the first twist is before they even get into the house, Alan is like, we are going to pick a traitor. And they're going to show them little boxes. And if the traitor card is in there, then it's yours. So it's like almost like you have to have your poker face, up and running. So they're doing this on Traitors UK, which is happening now, which I'm also watching. So that's what they did. I think the difference is we also don't know who the secret traitor was in the UK, but the difference is the secret traitor in the UK knows who the traitors are.
Oh, okay.
But on this one, they don't know who the traitor are, so they're just like working blind. And my question to you is, how do you feel about this whole secret traitor thing?
I like it. I like that it's a twist of like even the traitors have something they need to figure out as well.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect of it, that part of it. So I enjoyed it for the most part, like of who it was. Well, not who it was, but the twist overall. I enjoyed the mechanic of it.
Yes, I enjoy it too. I know a lot of people are not enjoying it, but I think people have also said at a time like, oh, maybe it'll be fun if we don't know who the traitors are. I'm like, nope, let's not do that. But at least if it's just one person that we don't know who it is and we're following along, I think also what I do like is that it has an end date.
Yes.
If this was going to be the whole season, then to me, it renders the 3 traitors pointless because it's not your game. You can't plan anything. What I do think, though, is maybe the secret traitor should have been a gamer.
Well, listen, I was because I like the twist because it gives the traitors a mystery. It gives us a mystery as well because we don't know everything. And that's as annoying as that might be. It's something that is intriguing. And I'm like, oh my god, who could it be? And we're all theorizing. And he was like, that's a whole new aspect of the game.
Yeah,
it gives us people to theorize about, to wonder about. Up until up until the moment where Rob C gets put on the short list, I was like, it's Rob, right? It's got to be Rob.
I thought so too. Absolutely.
Because why make all the traders entertainment traders, right? Entertainment people, not gamers. What do we call them entertainment people? What do we call them besides gamers?
Like non-gamers.
Non-gamers? Okay, I'll call them entertainment. Why make it an all entertainment turret and not have a gamer in charge, right? Because that's what the secret trader feels like. It feels like he's their boss. They are their boss, right? Like, I'm going to give you the list of people to eliminate, to kill. So I thought it has to be a gamer. It's got to be either Tiffany, Natalie, Rob, somebody. And in that first list was what? Ian, Mark Ballas, who else was it? Eric Nam, I think. And I forgot who else it was.
Who was in it. Yeah.
I thought it was a good mix. It was like, okay, this person knows what they're doing. They're not going after a specific subset of people. It's not a whole list of gamers. It's not a whole list of entertainment. It was a good mix. I was like, it's got to be a gamer, right? It's got to be a gamer.
But can I say, though, that the only thing that stood out to me was like, I thought it was Rob, but I was like, it could be a woman. There weren't women on the list. It was just men.
Kristen was on the first list?
There was one woman. I can't remember who was on the first list, but there was one woman on the list, and I kept saying they seem to be targeting men.
Also, remember that first list was only the people that had to fill their grave in.
Yeah.
So that definitely skews things a little bit. So the secret trader only had a limited. How do you feel about that? Whereas it seems like most of the targets now are like specified by the mission earlier.
Yes, I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm not in love with that.
I don't like that. The coffin one, I think I expected it because, again, they do the same things on the UK and they did that game. So I was just kind of expecting that. But in terms of like, I thought it was a one-off thing and maybe we'll keep our things and let everyone be there because it increases the chances of people we like leaving. So it's like, if you open it up for everyone, there's more fish to fry before you get to certain people. But the more you like shorten it, I'm like, oh, wait, this is going to be every mission.
We're eliminating half the cast.
I don't like. Yes, I don't like.
When we're eliminating half the cast to be killed, I think that's a hindrance to both the traders and to us as watchers to be like worried about our faves or happy our faves are safe or whatever.
Yeah,
giving 3 or 4 shields out a mission is good, but then when you're like keeping half the cast immune is like, not great.
Yeah.
But other than that, I was like, it's got to be a gamer, right? You wouldn't let the inmates run the asylum and just having all the entertainment people done it. And I thought the fact that there was not all, like when Rob C was left off the short list, even though he was eligible to put on it, I was like, oh my God, it's Rob. It's gotta be Rob. It's gotta be Rob. And yes, he did put, if it was him, he would have put Ian on the short list, which would have been, you would think, counterintuitive because Rob and Ian seem like two people that would work well together. But I thought maybe he would be doing that to throw suspicion off of him. To be like,
it's risky though, but
he's got to sacrifice one of his gamer people to keep the sus off him. So I was very conflicted, and then when Rob C was put on the short list the second time, I was like, oh shit, it's not Rob. It's okay,
not Rob,
and then I don't know if Rob has podcast fans out there have watched Puya and Chappelle reacting to Rob not coming in. It was heartbreaking. It really gave an image, I think, what a lot of people were feeling in the moment. Like, oh my God, Rob's not there. It's Rob. Rob's gone this early.
Yeah.
But I forgot where. I of course just went into a tangent. I forgot what the thing is. I like the secret trader twist.
Yes.
Who the secret trader was, I was like, what the hell? I don't know if you want to get into that now.
Yes.
But yeah.
Okay. So, going into that, I will say this. I don't have an issue with it being non-gamers being the traders because honestly, let's mix things up. That's okay. Like we've had the chance. And again, it took me last season to realize that there's people who watch competitive reality shows and enjoy it. And there are people who do not, because a friend of mine was like, what is the point of all these gamers? They make it too gamey. And I laughed at that because I'm like, okay, it's a game. But, and there's that. But it's okay if people want the entertainment. So I'm okay with them putting, and also, what defines a gamer? A housewife is a gamer to me. Rob R on Love Island, it's a game. These people don't love each other. They're trying to win 50K. It's a game. So everyone keeps saying that. And I'm like, as long as you're on reality TV, you are playing a game of some sort. You're just not in a TV show that's deemed a competitive reality show, but you're all fighting for your spots. You're all fighting not to be fired. You're all fighting to have a storyline. You are playing chess, checkers, and everything in all of the games. And maybe because I watch them all and hear like behind the scenes and some of the stuff. In my mind, they're all gamers. I mean, there are some exceptions, like Sheree. No, that is not Dolores. She won. No, that is not applying anything on there. But for me, for the most part, they're all playing a game, and then you get the best of both worlds: the entertainment, the confessionals, and as we see with these traitors. So I'm okay with it not being. But I just thought the secret traitor should maybe be a gamer as protection, a safeguard,
Yeah.
just in case we had a case of like what's happening last time, then they can do that. But yeah, so that's where I felt on that. So I'm okay with that. And that with the end dates, I'm okay,
Yeah,
with
I don't
that.
think it would have been cool for us to not know the whole season. I think it gives
Yeah.
a great ending to the first batch of episodes to find
Yeah.
out who the secret traitor was. If the secret traitor wasn't banished beforehand, it would have been fun to see
To see,
the secret
yeah.
traitor unite with the regular traitors. It would have been a great send off to the first batch of episodes.
Yeah, which is, sorry for anyone planning to watch later, which is what happened in Traitors UK, and it was such a good payoff when the
Mhm.
secret traitor met with the traitor and is like, oh, but also that person knew who the traitors were and was kind of like, you could say, okay, this is how they think, this is how they operate, which I think is a huge gap that was missed here. Here we're just shooting in the dark. So now speaking about who the secret traitor was, in case you haven't guessed, spoiler alert, it was it was Donna Kelsey. And there's so many things to talk about here. I kind of feel like she had to be a traitor.
Ah,
But on the flip side, overall, listen, I've thought so long and hard of how I'm gonna talk about this on this episode. Listen, I'm not a Swiftie. I'm not like I don't have any bad feelings. I'm just not a Swiftie. I don't have these strong feelings everyone has. It's great that she was here, I guess, but I just don't think she gave what they
no.
thought she was gonna give, whether as a faithful or a traitor, because yeah, I picked her as a traitor. Funny, no, did I pick her as a traitor? Yes, I picked her as a traitor because I did an episode with Scally and we picked who we thought would be traitors. I didn't know about the secret traitor, and I had her on the list. I had her, I had Rena,
Oh, okay.
on there, and I think I had Colton. And then between me and Scally, we had all four. Funny enough, because he
Ooh,
had
okay.
Candace, he had Rob R. I had Rob R on my list, but I was like, since you said it, I'm not gonna say it, so I switched it to Johnny and Colton. So yeah, I expected her to be on there, but it's like we heard them say a lot. Oh, I don't want to kill. I'm scared of the Swifties, and that was very annoying,
And
Jason.
I'm not a Swiftie either, but I've seen no even talk about. I've seen no people that are Taylor Swift fans even mention that she's on it. So I don't know if this is the cross pollination that maybe NBC thought it would be, because
No,
I don't even
I've
know if the
seen it,
Swifties.
Jason.
Oh,
I've
you have it?
seen
They're
it.
out
They're
there.
so
Okay.
mad. Oh my god! And
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
guys, listen. If we got it for Dorinda, you think Taylor Swift's mama-in-law's not gonna get it? Yeah,
I
well,
guess. But
yeah.
yeah, I don't know what they expected out of Donna Kelsey when they cast her on this. It does feel like they just did it to be like, we're going to get some of the Swifties to tune into our
Yeah.
show, and this is the one person that was available enough for us to get, because we're not going to get Jason or Travis Kelsey, we're not going to get just Taylor Swift herself. So if I didn't have enough reason to hate the Chiefs and everyone involved with the Chiefs, because I am a Ravens fan.
They're out.
That was enough, and the fact that she put Rob C on the short list
Yeah.
is enough for me to also hate Donna Kelsey. But I don't know what they expected, right? Because she came in there and she was just kind of a lump on the log, right?
Yes.
She was there. She got pretty much found out. I think this may be the record of like a traitor being found out the
Yeah.
fastest.
Okay.
If it wasn't for Portia, like weirdly slipping up 1,000 times in
Yeah.
her speech and language,
Yeah.
she would have been out the first night, which I think would have been a record. I guess she just wasn't social enough. She acted like a scared traitor, too scared to really mix things up,
Yeah.
too scared to name names.
Yeah.
So I think that's what really got her found out as fast as she did. And it's, I've been witness enough to enough social strategy games where if you're not talking, if you're not interacting, if you're not mingling, you're going to be found out real fast.
Mhm.
And I think that was Donna's big downfall. She only pretty much talked to Michael Rappaport and Ron Funches, which is like, if you're going to pick two people, well, I picked those two people to talk to. And so she was not in the mix enough. And I think that's what really got her fingered in that way.
Which brings the point up is like, when you go for this stunt casting, you have to think about it all. The reason why we like reality shows like this, I just talked about worst cooks in America, and it's all reality TV people, but they're used to it. They know they have to bring stuff, they
Yep.
know how they have to ramp it up and all that. She's not used to this world. I think at some point she was saying, like, oh, I'm fangirling. I
Yeah.
watch all these people. And was she the one who says sometimes I feel like I don't belong, like I don't deserve to be here? Am I making that up? But something
Maybe.
to that
Yeah.
point of like, it's going to take a while to adjust. It's already that layer. And then you put Secret Traitor on top of that. It was too much
Mhm.
responsibility to put on her as a secret traitor. But I'm wondering if they just did that just to make sure she stays for a little while, because a lot of people, like, I'm not feeling special. A lot of people guess Donna Kelsey as a traitor. Like, it will be
Yeah.
so unassuming. It wouldn't be that case. So maybe they'll figure it out also. So that's why I just think they made a mistake. It's like they just should have given it to someone who could handle it, and then
Yeah.
could have some kind of strategy. Because I don't know if she had any strategy except,
No,
I
she
don't
didn't.
know, this is it, that's
Now,
it. So
now, when she was pressed at the round table she got banished at,
yeah,
I think she did do a good job
yes,
of fighting for herself, trying to put the sus on Rappaport, which was, I was like, that's one of your only allies. But I mean, at that point, the
Mhm.
sus was also on Rappaport, so she had to, like, as a last ditch effort, put it all on him.
yeah,
So yeah, I like that she fought at the last minute, but she didn't really do anything before that. So, like,
before that, yeah,
they were people were begging her, like, please just give a name, like, just say something.
yeah.
And her refusal to put sus on anybody was just like a very, like, okay, so maybe it's you then. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it was she wasn't fit for this world.
And also,
As
just talk
we
to
can say.
people. Just talk to people. Like, why are you keeping to yourself in a game like this? It just doesn't work that way. Anyways,
She's too regular of a person. I think if I
yeah.
went on Traitors, that's how I would be. I've done Traitors like games and have said, like, nothing, and I was like, well, you're not helping us. So, like, what are you here for? Are you a traitor? If not, then you might as well just be gone. But I just think she's too regular of a person. She's not a personality.
So does she fit on the civilian trader?
Well, here's
Do
the
you
thing, right?
think? Or
In televised games, you need someone with personality.
yes.
I don't think if Donna Kelsey applied for civilian Traitors without being a Kelsey, I don't think she would be cast on a reality TV show because she's unassuming, she's quiet. I don't think she would get cast. She's not a character. You need characters on these shows. She's not one.
Can I counter? Who was the person that was the runner up on series season? I just thought they were a
Quentin
dud.
or
No, not Quentin.
Andy.
Andy, I think. I think Andy was a dud.
Yeah, I
But
think people
they
can and we've seen it on MAFS. People can interview well, right? And you think, okay, they're gonna be great, and then when they get out there, it's like, oh, what did we see in this person?
Yeah.
How do we ever cast this person? So it could be a case of that. I just don't know if even Donna Kelsey in an interview
can
would be like blow people away with her
yeah.
personality. It's not to say anything bad about Donna Kelsey. She's a perfectly fine person. It's just she's not a reality TV person. So I think was a misfire on casting.
Do you think Dylan Efron had a personality, or he was just cute with abs?
He was cute with abs. He's a cute, boyish, innocent guy. I do think he has a charming personality when you get down to it. So I think in an interview he could be like, he could charm people and be this all American good guy.
Okay.
But yeah, I just don't know what a Donna Kelsey. She's not because we've seen older people on Traitors have great personalities and be like this kind of like out there person. I don't know if that's Donna Kelsey.
I think she was intimidated and she couldn't get out of her head. And then being the secret traitor, that was just way too much for her. Okay, so it's time for Alan to pick the traitors. And I think I'm usually in the up and up in pop culture, but I had no idea. And I don't know if it's true. Someone told me that Alan gets to pick the traitors and the producers have no idea about it. And I'm just like, I don't like what? And he said he did an interview and he actually said that. I didn't have time to go check that. But they were like, the producers just watch him from the back when he chooses. You don't think so?
Hell no. Why in the world would you trust just Alan Cumming to pick traitors? I don't think that's true at all. It's not like he is a Jeff Probst, who, Jeff Probst is extremely involved in Survivor. He is basically the showrunner of Survivor now. That would be one thing. He's greatly involved in the casting process and all this stuff. I don't see Alan Cumming given that much responsibility to be like, all right, Alan, we're just going to go off your lead. Like, then what are producers there for? Like, what do you even call yourself an executive producer? No, I think the executive producers get together. They say, okay, like, Alan, this is who you're going to put your hand on to pick as a traitor.
Okay.
And I think that's done well in advance of the show even starting. If that was the case, I would be extremely shocked.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and
Well,
yes, of course, the people say all the time, like, "Oh, I think Alan picked me because of this," or "I think Alan will pick this person." It's almost like the people on challenge being like, "I'm going to run TJ's final." Like, the host is not some omniscient being that we're playing their little game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would be extremely shocked if that was the case where Alan was the sole picker of the traitors. I was going to say experts of the traitors.
Okay. I need to do some research on that to see what it is, because I was genuinely shocked, and I was like, if that's true, why would that be the first time we're hearing it? Season 4. But.
Yeah, that would be shocking. If and I would also question the source. Like, if it's Alan saying it, like, okay, Alan, are you just being like extra right now by saying you get to pick, going along with the ruse of the show? Because yes, the show wants you to think that Alan is the one picking the traitors, but I gotta think, behind the scenes, there are producers like, okay, here are our traitors this season, and I think that might even be done as soon as casting is confirmed. Like, okay, we have our cast in place. I'm sure there's a whole day of like, all right, we have our cast. Let's pick our traitors. Who do we think would be good traitors? Because that is shaping your season. That is a vital part of your show, is picking the right, what you think is the right mix of traitors.
Yeah.
So just to leave it up to Alan, I don't see it.
Okay. All right. So then we get Candace, which is great. I thought Candace would be a great traitor, and Scally did choose her. My only hesitation, and I think I said that, is that I didn't think they would continue the trope of a Black woman being a traitor all the time, because everyone would be like, okay, here we go. We had Siri, we had Phaedra, we had Danielle, and I just thought they would veer away from that, but silly me.
Yeah,
but yeah, they did. So we have Candace, and then we have Lisa Rinna, who I think was on everyone's list, but I was shocked that we had 2 housewives.
Yeah.
They're being very blatant about the favoritism.
And like I said, I do wonder if it was a conscious choice to be like, all right, last season was extremely gamer heavy.
Oh, I think it was conscious.
Yeah. So maybe let's steer away from that. I do wonder if like a Rob C thought that like, last season there's a lot of gamer traders, so maybe this season there'll be a lot of non-gamer traders.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have to ask him to see, but yeah, that's
I think everyone thought there'll be at least one. Honestly, I think like, yes, maybe more non-gamers, but at least there'll be one gamer. I don't think anyone expected 0, even though for sure I think they're gamers. But yes, I think everyone expected that. And then our third traitor was Rob. I think he was in between. Who was he between? Rob and somebody else. Was he Natalie?
Might have been
Rob and Natalie. Yeah. And then he picked Rob, and I think I screamed out loud because listen, I was clapping with you in the beginning. I do not hate Rob. I should hate Rob. I do not hate Rob R, because you don't watch Love Island, but this man is so polarizing. But the casting people see something in this man because they brought him back for Love Island. He was the Dorinda of Love Island. He came back another season, and he's just, I don't care, but do you really care? I don't know. We can't get a read on this man, but he's very charming in his mysterious way. And I just thought, this is a great traitor. I don't know what he can do, but this is great, because he just needs to not do what he does all the time, which is not interact with people. He went to the pool and went underneath the pool to get away from people. So
oh my gosh.
And put his nostrils in the air for air. So
that's funny.
Yeah. So anyways, I was very happy with the 3 people. The first time you saw all 3 of them, what was your first thought? Knowing you did not know, you don't watch any of their shows, right?
No, I was bummed. Because I was like, all right, I don't know who any of these people are. I really wanted some of my faves to be a traitor, because of course I do, because that's the traitors are, in a way, the main character of the show. So it's just like, I wanted my favorites to be like a thing of consequence in this show. And it's also like, that means it's more likely that one of my favorites are going to go home, because if there's not a gamer looking out for gamers as a traitor, that means they might go home early. And lo and behold, that's kind of what happened. So Yeah, it was. I was a little bummed, to be honest.
I was okay with it. I was like, mix it up so that people don't come in thinking, oh, it's always going to be this, it's always going to be that. And also with the people that they chose, even though my first thought was like, Renner is going to be out in 2 weeks. But I was okay with that. I think Candace, before they even picked the traitor, saying like, I think Renna is a traitor. And I was like, Candace, why are we running our mouths when we don't
Oh
not
my
know
gosh, yeah.
what is going to happen? And I know she's gotten a lot of criticism about, talking too much. And I think I want to just defend her a little bit, thinking like, if she goes quiet, anyone who knows Candace is going to be like, what? Because the
Yeah.
lady never stops running her mouth. So she's absolutely acting the way she would act. And I think it's okay. But because we know she's a traitor, everyone's saying she's doing too much. But I'm like, doing too much is her default.
That's her. You have to be who you're supposed to be. You have to be the character that got you cast for the show. Because if
Yeah.
you act any other way, then you're going to have sus on you. So I think, like you said, it was good that she acted to type and was just being herself. Same with Rob R. Rob
Mhm.
R is just acting kind of like aloof, nonchalant,
Mhm.
just going along with things. He's
Mhm.
not. He's not being aggressive in gameplay, which I think
Mhm.
is probably not would be against his type. He's not, as you're putting it, he's not an aggressive
Yeah.
like go-getter person.
Go
He's
get
just
it.
kind
Yeah.
of chill in the cut and just going to be like, he's just going to be a background character, and that's kind of what he's doing.
Yeah.
And same thing with Lisa Renna. Lisa Renna, I don't know Lisa Renna though, but she's not being over. Is she usually like over the top? What is she doing?
She's basically being herself. Like when Alan asked her and she's like, why do you think you'd be a good trader? And she's like, because I'm Lisa fucking Renner. She thinks like maybe if she's a 5, she thinks she's an 11. So she's just always on there. She's being herself.
I think of the 3 traders though, I'm not getting a lot from her. Like I'm getting a lot from Rob R. I'm getting a lot from Candace. I'm not getting so much from Lisa Renna. I'm not getting a good pulse of what she brings to the turret yet.
Yeah. Okay. Just to also give background, she left Beverly Hills because we couldn't she got to a point where she was so obnoxious we couldn't stand her. She has no loyalty to anyone. She turns on people. When she came at BravoCon, like the entire room just booed her. And she gave us the finger. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. She gave the camera the finger on the Traitors at one point. So yeah, maybe it's yet to come. The mess and nonsense for Lisa Renna coming up, hopefully.
I think she gives more in the confessional. That's true. Because I'm also wondering if I'm looking at her from the lens of how I know her, and it's interesting to hear how you're seeing her. I'm still mad at Colton being here, but Colton, I think, has determined what character he's going to play. When he's here, he wants to fit the prototype of the people from The Bachelor, I guess. And I don't think he's necessarily being authentic, but I don't like also that he's trying to again, no issue with him. Now everyone knows he was a virgin and then he publicly came out as gay. But now he's trying to make it a personality. Everything they say to him, he said something like, for example, I was an athlete at some point, but now I'm gay. What does that mean?
Yeah, he's making his whole personality now. And he's also trying to be the Pilot Pete of I'm the good guy, traitor hunter. Like I'm the leader of the traitor hunters. Listen to me, everybody. And yeah, like he is trying, especially knowing his background and history. It's just like, you're trying to be something you're not. It's something you are, but you're trying to accentuate the one piece of you that you feel like people will be attracted to.
Yes. And so loud, so wrong, because he's on it on Tiffany. And I'm like, dude, you're so wrong. Let's skip over to the first challenge that they had, because I know a lot of people don't like it, but I liked this first challenge with the Graves and the White Boat because it was a chance for Natalie to show and let people know who the fuck she is, because she's savage. That woman is here. I do not go to CrossFit for fun. This is why I do this. And she came in here and she came up with the strategy and is like, listen, let's just align the green and the red boat together. We're not going to put it in any, and we're just going to put it,
so smart
in there. And I'm like, none of these people, they were like, ooh,
yeah,
that's so
so smart. I'm like, fuck those guys out there. No matter what boat it was, it was like, fuck those other guys that can't see us or hear us right now. It's all about us 2 boats. So yeah, smart. Just do anything to get to get the target off of you. So it's like it's like wow. You hear Rob C be like, oh my god, that was so smart. She's on top of it, on her feet. I was like, yeah, that is really smart to be like, yeah, F those guys, let's just stick together and make sure we're not don't have a target on our backs.
Yeah. And I'm good on Candace because at this point, everyone is like, oh, I don't want the Swifties. I was like, oh, I can never vote for Donna. Oh, I can. And I was like, how is she getting immunity before anything is happening? But I think at some point, someone wanted to put like the casket in Rob C. And then Candace is like, why? Why are we doing that? Put in Donna. Put it in. And I was like, her being bold enough. And then I think at some point she was like, I know she's America's mama. I mean, I was like, which America? But and then she was like,
not my America.
I think America's mama needs to die. I was like, come on, Candace.
Yeah. And it's also smart as a traitor to keep people that would be looked at as traitor hunters safe, because then it looks like you want to keep around the people that are looking for traitors. So that was a smart, like really like on the move thinking from her part.
Yes. So we got some gameplay in this. That was fun for me. But the 9 that are in danger were at that point were Ron, Rob R, Donna, Eric, Michael, Ian, Dorinda, Rob C, and Mark. I was like, if Dorinda goes again, I
yeah, and at a certain point, it was like it was not even people they were targeting. It was just the closest thing to the thing that we got off the boat from. But yeah, of those, name those people again.
Okay, Ron, Rob R, Donna, Kelsey, Eric Nam, Michael, Ian, Dorinda, Rob C, and Mark Ballas.
Okay, yeah, all people that are kind of like at that point we're just like except for Rob C and Rob R. But yeah, good targets. Oh, yes. And what was the short list that was given?
Oh, I can't remember the short list, but I think Dorinda was the only woman that was on there. I think, was she included again? I can't remember. I'm
Dorinda,
sorry.
Ian, I think Nam might have been on there.
Yes.
Yeah, but fun. Listen, people shit on the challenges. I enjoy the challenges. I enjoy challenges in general. I enjoy challenges on Survivor. I enjoy the daily challenges on the challenge. People always seem to like shit on those things. I'm like, those are fun to me. I don't know. I like watching them. Like, I don't fast forward through challenges. But yeah, it was fine. And again, almost like you can, like, Survivor challenges are all the same now. So it almost seems like Traitor challenges are kind of all the same now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a boat. There's going to be a thing where you can get something.
Get on there. Water.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
On there. Okay, so the funny highlight of something that happened was at some point, Michael Rappaport fancies himself a housewife, which is annoying. He said, I'm practically a housewife. No, you're not. And he said something about we need to target the housewives. Historically, it's shown that they're one of the people who are traitors.
But he did say that though, right?
He did say it. Yeah, he did. He did say it. What happened? Didn't. No, he did. He said it. What he didn't say was Candace kind of did the remix. This is the remix in the car and told Portia that Rappaport was like, put the coffins in the housewives' graves and stuff. That he did not say.
Right.
This happened the night before where he was like, we need to look at the housewives and all that. Now, this is a good time to remind people that I did say this in the preview that Portia and Candace had beef. Oh. For those who do not know, Portia married a castmate's husband. And did not care about it, and no one wanted to ask her about it. And there was a show that they had, and Candace was just like, "So what happened? Why are you still that man?"
Oh, see, now I think that would be important to put in to the Traitors show to tell us they have beef.
Yeah, well, I was looking for it, but it seems that squashed. So I guess that's what I was looking for. That was the last interaction I saw of both of them because Candace left. Portia left because I guess she didn't want to answer questions, and she came back. She's now divorced from the man because he was a scam. He was a Nigerian man, and he's been deported. So it's there's a whole behind it. And then beyond that beef, Candace also had beef because, Candace got into a squabble with a person on the show. Someone threw hands on Candace, and Portia was on the side of the other person, I believe. So there was a whole thing. There's just a lot of...
That's important background. They should have put that on Traitors.
Well, because it's all water under the bridge now.
I don't care.
I believe
I still want to know. I still want to see and have them talk about it. Be like, yeah, we had problems, but we're over it now. Like, I would have loved that. I think that's part of what's missing on the Traitors is not giving enough of that background for what these people's past are. We're just hearing things like, oh, yeah, Ian won, Jam won. Like, show me a reason why they are so good at this game. I think that's what's missing from the Traitors is like that background of all these kids. Because not everyone knows all these people.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think that would be important.
Maybe they just do a show a preview to something, like MAFS kickoff, whatever it's called, and just kind of do all that. Because that was the kind of beef that I had. Even most recently, which I thought this was all settled, but most recently, because again, Portia made a joke about somebody else's husband, basically like, if I wanted him, I could get him. And Candace, she's always open. She's up to date on her pop culture. And she's like, why would you say that? Why would that happen? But anyways, so that's what I was looking out for, was like, because then I told Scally this was like, I'm interested to see where Candace is going to go. Whether she's going to go, we have beef, I'm going to stand by that, or I'm not going to vote on another Black woman because that's not my ministry. That's not what I'm going to do. And she answered that question because it seems like all is well. And, she was not going to vote out or banish or murder Portia either way. So that's the background for those of you who may not know that I was looking for.
I feel like I might have to start watching Housewives now. I do feel like my docket's pretty full, but I might have to figure out how to watch it because that's interesting. That's interesting. It seems like we got a 90 Day Fiance plot line mixed in there somewhere.
Okay. I lied. I do have the short list. The short list was Rob R, Ian, Mark, and Eric. And I was like, Rob C is the secret traitor. There are no women on this list. What's going on? So yes. Yeah. But the next morning we find out that the person who was killed was Ian. And I gotta tell you, I was so sad. I didn't expect the emotion that I felt, but Ian was so sad, and he made me feel so sad. But before I come back to that, because I want to talk about something, Dorinda walks in and starts tearing up, and everyone is like giving her a standing ovation, and I'm just like, come on, guys, why? You don't really die.
It's like, it's not as if there was such an injustice done to this woman that we were like, we must bring her back. I was like, you got regular, what'd she get? She got banished, right? Or did she get murdered? I don't even remember.
She got murdered.
What the circumstances were.
She got murdered.
Right. So why was it such a big deal that she was gone so soon? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was, that was weird for me as well, to be like,
yeah,
okay, who cares? You're at your first, he was like, oh, I'm at my first breakfast. I'm like, okay, like, we should care because.
Okay, so when Ian leaves, Tiffany does give him like, a toast to Ian, like he was conquering his fears. He was coming on here, he hasn't been on the show in a while. The last time we saw Ian was Big Brother 22, quote unquote, All Stars. That happened. And he did talk about when he was on there how, his first showing in season 14, people, were not really nice to him. People, made fun of him. And he did share that he was on the autism spectrum. And I don't know if that's what Tiffany was referring to without actually saying it, and didn't want to speak for him. But I think what I wanted to talk about is like I said, I watch all the Traitors franchises, and we've had this recently on the UK celeb Traitors. We had Kat Burns, and she was very open about it, just speaking about, hey, I'm on the spectrum, this affects how I play, this is what I do. And then we have Traitors Canada, where we have Coco, who's also saying that, like, oh, I'm on the spectrum, but I'm not going to talk about it, I'm not going to use that, like, it seems like, it's a gameplay, but I don't want it to appear that way. And I think I would have been curious to see how Ian played out on here, because I think Ian is so smart, and Ian is not, this is a larger crowd than Big Brother. Is that right? 23? That's
Big Brother is usually like 16, I think.
Yes.
At that, yeah.
Yes, for that. So I would have been curious to just see how his journey, went, with all of this. And also like with what Tiffany was saying, I don't know if they had a conversation about it or anything, but I don't know. I was sad. I was sadder about this than Rob. I'm just gonna confess this.
Bye, Tane. I'm leaving. How exit out of this. See you later. No. I think it was weird because for the first person that was murdered, we didn't get really any real footage of Ian and how he was going to play the game. Did he talk to anyone? Donna Kelsey mentioned when we found out who she was that she targeted those first people because they were all laying low. So I don't know if Ian was just trying to get his bearings, if he was trying to just figure out how to maneuver. It just seemed like he was very quiet. He just didn't really seem like he was really doing anything. And I think if he was doing anything or something, they would have shown it as that would have been the only footage we had of him the whole season. I felt real bad for him. Of course, he's someone that I enjoy when he's on my TV because of his strategic mind, and he's just kind of interesting, quirky person. all the stuff on the spectrum is one thing, and maybe that did contribute to his lack of
Being
interaction.
quiet. Yeah.
So I don't know. It would have been interesting to hear something about that, to see if that was the case, or if he was nervous, or if he
Yeah.
was just kind of. I haven't looked at a lot of post
His interviews. Yeah.
postseason interviews. I
Yeah.
think he had a one with
Sharon.
and Dalton Ross, who I think the
Yes.
one with Dalton Ross, he was something about him bearing his soul. So I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what his feelings were about what happened to him out there.
I am not a fan when people say they should do this, we should change this, we should do that. But I'm now wondering, should we allow for a little more time for people before they get murdered, like the first murder? Because you fly all the way to Scotland, you do all this, it's all this hype, and it's like, bye. It just seems so soul crushing.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, no, I don't think we should allow like a whole amount of like, let's have everybody in the house for a week before we murder anyone. No, I think there is a certain personality out there that does well and thrives, and you might just not be that personality. You might not be
Yeah.
that person for whatever reason. But no, I don't think there needs to be like a whole like getting to know you portion of the game before we play the game.
Okay, Jason.
I mean, that might sound callous and vicious, but no, if you can't hack it, then you can't hack it. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. All right, then we're going to just skip on over. We have a banishment coming. Before that happens, we have Portia saying things like, when I killed the Lord, and then if we kill at the banishment, and I'm Ron is like, say what now?
There are 4 traitors. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you saying these things for? Oh my gosh. Which is like, that just might be the person she is like, she just misspeaks a lot. She says,
yes,
what?
She is.
Okay. Like,
yes,
all right.
She says that. And I'm just like, guys, if you only knew, Portia is the person who thought the Underground Railroad was a train. Portia is the person who was like, we have 265 days in a year. She says a lot of things. And for those who watch Housewives, I think the best part is there was something she said. She didn't realize she said it. She accused somebody of, I think they accused Candy Burris of being a lesbian or something like that. So they were all at a dinner table and they were like, well, Portia said, and Portia's like, who said that? So when Ron was going all that and everyone is like, who said that? Who said that? And we were like, this is full circle for us Housewives fans that this happened. So yes, Portia is someone whom he speaks, to answer your question. She's pretty. What was it? She's very pretty, but she's a little ditzy.
Yeah. That's the kind of vibe I picked up for her, because I was like, we know she's not a traitor, but or we don't really know that. We don't know that. Yes. At that point, she could have been the secret traitor.
Secret traitor, yeah.
But the vibe I was getting was like, I don't even think she's a secret traitor. I think she's just saying the wrong thing all the time and just not even being aware of it. I just think she is slipping up and misspeaking.
Yes.
And I don't think it's not that hard to do if you're a regular person, even, is to say things like, when we got rid of Ian, because I think people think of the whole cast as a royal we, right?
Yes.
Like, not traitors but all of us when we got rid of Ian. It was like, okay, I could see that. But when she's like, there are 4 traitors, it made me think like, did she just watch a season of Traitors to prepare for this? And there were 4 traitors on there, so she just assumed.
Didn't watch nothing. She's like, I'm here for a good time. Her drink of choice is Hennessy. Just get me my Hennessy and pay me my check. That's all.
Yeah, I was like, is she assuming there's 4 traitors? So she's just saying that, which must have been the case. But of course, to other people, that's going to look like, I mean, she's the biggest, juiciest target you can ever think of by saying all these misspeaks,
literally and figuratively. But
I don't know who Portia is. I knew the name Portia, I of course, but when I was like,
yes.
What is going on over there? Like, I think she was like in the challenge, like doing. I was like,
Yep.
Okay, it's like that. All right. Wow, interesting.
We didn't even get to see the half of it. That's also why I'm mad. I was like, we know she packed all of the things, but
at least she packed them in her butt, apparently.
Yes, indeed. I forgot to mention, we kind of deviated when Candace said that, Rappaport was aiming for the Housewives, and Portia was just like, wait, what? Who said that? She went to Michael and then saying, he's like, who said that? I didn't say that. They do the whole thing and let's all be in the same room. And Candace is like, I didn't say that, very
Oh,
calmly. But she was saved by the fact that Maura is just like, huh?
is also a ditz.
What? I don't know what happened. So she kind of corroborated the whole thing, but also the fact that other people heard Rappaport say we should target the housewives. So I think Portia, so my tinfoil hat is that a little part of me thinks Portia wanted to go home. I'm not going to lie to you. She kind of gave up easily, and she kind of was just like, you know what? Maybe I just misheard. It is what it is. I'm just going to let it go. And that's not necessarily the Portia I know. Like, she will go deep into
She was stuck
that.
to her guns.
Yeah, and she just let that go. And then even at the round table, she's just like, oh no, we said that. But my issue now, I didn't like the way the whole Portia thing went down. Only because what they were accusing or what Ron said was like fact or proof that she's a traitor. The same thing Rappaport did. He said the same thing. Like, I'm a traitor, something to that effect. That I killed.
Rappaport did it once. Portia did it like 4 different times. It's like, girl,
yes,
you can't stop saying stuff as if you were a traitor.
Yes, but they did not hear that. Ron said that. So we don't have proof that it was actually, but we all heard Michael say that. So if we're going by that, what makes hers more of a grievance than his? Plus, he's annoying. Just get him out of here. He's not making it fun. So it's like, just let's use this chance to, get him out of here. And then also for the fact that when we voted, Renner also voted for her. And, there's that whole housewife stick together. Like, why are you turning on her so early? Like, what is... And I think, again, the background, Renner was part of a group on Beverly Hills, Fox Force 5. They stick together in an alliance, but it's all fellow white women. So that's a whole thing, but I'm not going to bring that in here. But I didn't like how the vote went out. But sometimes when they pick on people, I'm almost like, you know what? Let them go say I'm not a traitor so they look stupid and let it be done. Let's be done, with that. So Portia is out. That's our first banished person. Any feelings towards that?
No, I don't think Portia. I mean, listen, she left a certain impression on me, but not a huge character one for me. I was like, okay, it's Portia, she's gone, cool. I don't know if I would have pegged a housewife being gone so early, since since the housewife contingent is usually known to really stick together and really fight for their people. But I think Portia dug herself a huge grave, pun not intended, by the things that she did throughout her time there.
Yeah. I guess, you pull at a thread and you kind of just have to let it just get out and follow
and sometimes when a ship starts sinking, you just gotta be like, all right, well, that's just, the ship is gone. We can't save it, which I guess was Lisa Rinna's thought. Of course, the other housewives were like, no, housewives forever. But Lisa was like, let's let it go. Which I think should have been a tip off to the other housewives. Be like, why is she just going with the majority? Why is she not sticking with us? Is it a traitor behavior?
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know if they are that, like, thinking about it in 3D chess way of that move. But it's fine. It's Portia. Outside of the housewives, I don't think anyone's really gonna stick their neck out for her. So just like, all right, like, we hear the name Portia, we hear she did these things, let's just all pile on Portia.
And I kudos to Donna Kelsey, because she, in conjunction with Ron, drove that train in terms of like putting that Portia. And then we saw Candace stick up for Portia too. It's like, it's just Portia, she's just talking. So that's when I was like, okay, they have no beef, because she's still sticking up for her. So on that. Okay, now to talk about events that led to the demise of Rob C. The traitors have to commit a murder in public, right?
Murder in plain sight.
That's what it's called. Sorry, I just watched the UK and I'm confusing what they had to do. But then I'm like, no, this is not what happened in the US. But they had to get a card, right? That was behind some kind of thing on there. But how did they do that?
A picture on the wall that was actually like a little cubby.
Yeah. So, but then there's a whole bunch of people, and people are just always everywhere. What do? I know. Candace says, let's do a conga line.
I mean, I think it could have been done in so many other ways than a public conga line, but I guess it's a little smart to be like, let's get a whole group activity going so we can divert attention away from this room that we need to get into. I mean, there are worse ways, but there are also better ways that could have been done. And at that point, there was only one other person besides Rob R in the kitchen. You could have just been like, hey, other person, let me come talk to you. Let me talk to you real quick or something just to get Rob R by himself in the kitchen.
Yeah, but somebody else could have come in. But yes, it was very, very obvious. But how can I hate on something that worked? I mean, it worked. We had people like Eric Nam, like, yeah, da, 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 da. And then Rob C is like, you are not getting, the way he was like, running away from it, like, was so funny.
Hide from the conga line.
And then he tells Tiffany first. And then she's like, oh, okay. But then he goes and he tells Candace. I think this is after it was all done and everything, and they got the card. And he's like, oh, I think the traitors. I think a murder is happening in plain sight. I'm like, bro.
It was Candace and somebody else. It's like, you have to really, like, you can have that suspicion and good on him for having that suspicion. But like, you can't just run around telling every and anybody, because you could mess up and tell a traitor. Now, it just so happens that that's not exactly what got him murder in the first place, because the murder had already been decided basically by that point. But
even if it didn't happen,
he
would still be marked.
It was a bad move. It's a bad move to run around and tell people, hey, there's a murder place site happening. Hey, there's a murder place site happening, because it's so early. You don't know who's a traitor yet. You don't have that big of suspicion. So that was definitely like not a great thing to do. Good on. I think him telling one or two people, like one of his fellow gamers, is one thing, but then telling like a lot of other people was a big mistake, I think.
Yeah, but Jason, like, in another world, Tiffany could have been a traitor. Like, you know,
true,
this is
very
the fact
true.
that it was a gamer. But I think one of the parts that really stuck out was like, I thought of the Spider-Man meme was when he told Candace, oh, the conga line, who started it? And she goes, yeah, I did. And then at that moment, you could see like,
he was like, oh shit. He was like,
she knew that he knew that he knew.
Yeah, he got real quiet. That he was like, "Ooh, I have made a big mistake." So yeah, and I think just in general, what the things that we saw Rob C doing, like the only things you really saw him doing was strategizing and telling people what he thought of the show, which is like also to me is like, don't run around telling people how smart you are, because like especially this early. So I thought he could have done a little more of like just laying back a little bit, maybe going along with other people's plans and ideas. But I thought he was a little too vocal about like, because he was like, people were targeting Rappaport, and he was like, well, do you think Rappaport actually be like that big a level of a like stop reminding people how smart you are.
Just be like, yeah, I agree.
Exactly. Like, jump on other bandwagons. Don't start bandwagons. And that's kind of what he did with that whole, so someone's being murdered in plain sight, don't take anything from anyone, which is smart to say and do. But I think you need to kind of keep a little bit of that to yourself until you have really solidified an alliance of people that you feel like you can really trust. I don't feel like he did that yet at that point in the game. I feel like maybe he felt he probably had his fellow gamers, whether he could trust them or not. But yeah, I think that was his big downfall, was just being too smart for his own good. He had a reputation coming into this thing, and it felt like even, who was it? Carolyn was like, when they were doing the box, when they were looking at the box, like, he's good, he's really smart.
But she was like, wrong too. I don't know who told her. Somebody was, because she was like, I heard that he masterminded the whole game of Survivor, and I was like, it's not Boston Rob. I hope you don't think.
I think in Rob's first season on the Amazon, where we didn't have a lot of big strategic masterminds in the game, that was the thought back in the Amazon. But that was what, 20 something years ago. So it's not as if he's this current reality TV mastermind. But yes, I think maybe she like read a wiki entry of Rob Sesternio or something. I don't know. It
would have been more like, just like, oh, he has a whole podcast network and he talks to people and he really knows how this game works. He analyzes it. That makes more sense than to come and say like, oh, he mastered. Like, we have New Era Survivor. It's not even the same.
And I can't think of a worse like reputation to have than Rob's, of he studies this game for a living. So I am at one point surprised he's out so early, and another point not that surprised, because he came in with this, like, for people that did know, this big reputation of this studies reality television for literally a living. That's what he makes his money on. So why on earth would the Traitors let him stay for more than one murder? Which, you know, is fine, but uh I'm just happy that he was here in the first place, and
Yeah.
that people got to see how fun and how cool Rob is, and like to see, because Rob, if anyone's ever like met or known Rob, he's one of the most like genuine, nice people that you can come across. And so
Yeah.
for him to be back in like kind of like the spotlight is great for as little amount of time as he had, but
Yeah.
it was great that he was here.
Yes, it was. And he was also serving us looks. So, the
Yeah, I
sweaters
mean
and
that
stuff.
man. If you heard anything about like
Hints.
it was all Nicole, his wife, who was apparently his stylist
Yeah.
for his packing to Scotland.
No.
But yeah, I love that that we had him for this little amount of time we did.
Yes. Oh, sounds so morbid. Like he really is alive, guys.
And listen, that's what it feels like, though. That's what it feels like when you're this big a part of the community. You're like, oh my god, our friend is dead. He's gone, and his big thing now is like, I'm still alive. I'm still here, guys.
I didn't want to be that like obnoxious person. I was like, I have pictures with 3 of the people on here. I have a picture with Rob. I have a picture with Candace. I have a picture with Dorinda. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna. No, I did not do that. But I was just like, but no, I echo everything you said. Like, Rob is really nice, and I'm glad that we got to see him because at first I didn't know he was going out early, and I was like, oh, I'm so glad we get to have him on Traitors and not Survivor. And now I'm like, do I still think that? I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of the parallel timelines of what if Rob was on Survivor 50 and what if he was on Traitors. I don't know what would have looked like to be on Survivor 50. I think he would have been a target, maybe even a bigger target on Survivor 50, because all those people know who Rob is and what Rob does. And also, if he was on Survivor 50, he would not have been able to podcast about Survivor 50. So I'm happy that he's going to be still able to podcast. He's going to be podcasting about Traitors now since he's off the show. He's going to be back on the Traitors podcast. So we kind of got the best of both worlds here. Yeah.
I don't know. Should we have an all gamer season, or this is just fine?
No, I think the Housewives and all the other wild cards bring a certain je ne sais quoi to the show. So I think if it was all gamers, it would just turn into a Survivor in a castle, which is like not what really I'm looking for too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the strategy and game plan of Traitors is sound. Right,
yeah.
You have so much of a mix of personality and people from reality TV, just from acting, from random racist people, So I think that game plan works really well for them.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't really deviate from that. The fact that they have a civilian Traitors coming out is interesting. The civilian side of the first season of Traitors was the most boring aspect of the season. So I don't know how well it's going to work out for them, but Godspeed. But the fact that we have this, which really kind of, the Traitors, if you think about it, really kind of kicked off this craze of let's get all these reality TV personalities together. You can also say that the challenge also kind of spearheaded that, but the Traitors is a much bigger scale of
that. Yeah. It is. So, rounding up the whole Rob C thing, another thing I wondered, I don't know what it was editing or not, because yes, Renna and Rob decided it was going to be Rob anyways, without even Candace telling them what it was. And I'm like, is it because Rob was just walking around into rooms and they just saw him and that's what it was? But no.
Well, I thought it was going to be Tara, because Tara was like staring at them playing chess. It was like they were trying to strategize and Tara's just like staring at them playing chess. It was like, maybe it should be this lady over here because she's creeping me out. This is just staring at us playing chess. But then we see they pitch it as like Rob C comes in and he's like looking at them doing chess and he's like, oh, maybe it should be Rob C. It's like whatever. It seemed like Rob R was the leader of that thing. So I was like, F Rob R, F that guy.
It was,
but whatever.
time.
Yeah.
A lot of people seem to think that Tara looks like Gabby Windy from the season before. I see it. I see it too. Okay. So then another thing that's introduced is they coming for breakfast and they say that they have a round table before a mission that we have to do. Never seen that before. Tiffany has decided that she is hitching her wagon to Michael. This is a terrible, terrible idea for many reasons because he's just obviously not, well, maybe it's not obvious that he's not a traitor, but for the
No, she
culture.
thinks
Just get him out.
She thinks he's a traitor. She thinks that's why she's sticking next to him. She thinks the man is a traitor and wants to have a traitor angel to look out for her. That's why that's why she's doing this. Which is like, I feel like anyone could look at this and be like, Michael's obviously not a traitor. A traitor would not be this loud and obnoxious. Like, he would not want to be the center of attention in this way. But I think, Mark Ballas, who was probably one of the only things he said this entire time, was like, maybe that is his intention, is to be loud and obnoxious to take suspicion away from him. But I just don't think Michael Rappaport would have that brain if he was a traitor to think that. Yeah. He's so unhinged that I don't think he could be a traitor and hide it very well at all. But I guess that's Tiffany's thought. It was like, okay.
I don't know. I just
Traitors,
find somebody else.
Traitors is so weird because it seems like it is the avenue for smart strategic players to come on and be made a fool of in this way. We think of the Dan Gieslings that kind of got taken for a ride. We think of the kind of the Danielle a little bit last season of like, okay, like these people that we thought were so smart in their games come on this totally different game and give other opinions that are like, oh, I don't know about that. It kind of tarnishes the legacy, which is why I'm kind of happy that Rob C is out this early, because he doesn't give enough of a chance to be made to look like a fool.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ian, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have enough of a chance to tarnish your legacy as a smart. If anything, Rob C's legacy burns even greater because he had such good takes and opinions on his short time on the show.
But that's the thing with Tiffany's plan, is like, you want him to be a traitor angel, but in the event that he is called out, that's also why people want to vote you out.
Yeah,
because it's like, oh, why are you sticking with him? If they don't think he is, which most people have been vocal about, that he's too loud to be a traitor, then why are you sticking with him? Maybe you are a traitor. So I don't get the logic.
It'd be one thing if he was such a good traitor that he was slipping behind the scenes and he was still able to protect you, but he's so out in front that everyone is sus of him, and now that sus is going to be transferred over to you. So yeah, that is, I don't know why her thought was that this is a good idea. Why would you hitch your wagon to this person that everyone hates for whatever reason? Because as soon as he goes, you're right behind him.
Yeah, and also, anyways. All that being said, Tiffany's so gorgeous. Just wanted to throw it out there. Like every time I was like, face card, never declined. Okay, I don't want to talk about Voldemort a lot, but I just want to say the whole thing with Jam Jam. I love that Jam Jam like can't stand him as much as we can't. Yeah. But that whole thing at the round table, just saying if you're a traitor, clap your hands, and like everything about that was so icky to me in terms of like the way he was speaking to him. Again, maybe me just reading too much into it, but I did not like it. I did not want it, and I'm like, vote him out just based on that guy.
Well, I don't think it had anything to do with who Jam Jam is.
Yeah,
I just think it's about, and I wish Jam Jam
was condescending. I don't think it's about Jam Jam. I just the way I didn't. Yeah,
I just wish Jam Jam didn't walk into the
trap,
the vortex of what Voldemort is. Yeah, because I think. Just like any other bully, if you don't interact with it, if you don't feed it attention, it will at some point come off of you. But because Jam Jam is that type of person that will be confrontational, if you're confrontational with him, then he's kind of getting sucked into that vortex of interacting with Michael. So I just kind of wish he was able to just kind of like back away, but that's not who Jam Jam is. That's part of Jam Jam's like appeal and personality, is he is ready to go 10 toes down with you if you call him out. But that's also that's at some point going to bring unwanted attention to you. And I forgot who it was. It might have been Tiffany that was like, I don't know if this is a whole like Traitors theater where they're kind of like pretending to have a fight. So yeah, I think whatever you do, you don't want attention drawn to you in this game.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of what Jam Jam is doing, is getting unwanted attention. Eventually it's going to be brought to him.
Yeah. Well, everything being said, Donna is voted out, because I was just like, who's going to be voted out? Who's going to be voted out? Remember, we didn't know at this point. So when she said, I've had a great time and I'm a traitor, even I screamed. I screamed out loud.
I was blown away. I was like, no, you're kidding me. Because I tried to do the whole thing of like, okay, what does the traitor look like in that red cape? But they did enough to obscure the person's like body frame, which we couldn't see. But I was shocked because I literally said, I was watching with my family. I was like, there's no way they would make Donna Kelsey a traitor. I was like, she's not a big enough personality. She's not a strategic person. Why would they do that? And then when she said, I was like, oh, I was like, what do I know? I guess what the hell do I know? It was a surprise. It was a little bit of a letdown, to be honest. Again, I was like, not a gamer being the secret traitor. Like, so the gamers have no real agency in this game as of right now. So yeah, I was like, okay, it's an interesting twist to make her the traitor. Cool, whatever.
Yeah. Well, they got a traitor out. I don't know. Again, I can't remember if it has ever been this early, but this was the second banishment.
If it wasn't for Portia doing what she did, Donna would have been out first because the sus is on Donna immediately.
Yeah.
But Portia gave them so many reasons to banish her. But yeah, it's fine. I'm kind of glad Donna's gone because she didn't bring much to the proceedings.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool.
And it opens up the game too.
Yes,
it's
for
just
sure.
Focus. Okay. So they have their next challenge where they break up into pairs, and Ron has no partner because no one wants to work with Ron because everyone's like, you put Portia out there. I don't know. People are overreacting. It's a game.
Well, it's the trifecta of bad things happening because he was the one that put the sus on Portia. He's also Donna Kelsey's bestie. So it's like, okay, you are looking real bad right now, my G. You are looking so bad. So yeah, and he kind of, honestly, I think at this point, you mentioned Portia wanting to go home. I think Roger wants to go home at this point because he's
really.
Yeah, because he's not trying. Like, they're like, Alan tells him, hey, you got to pair up and you want to make sure you have someone to pair up with. And Ron just didn't try and pair with anybody. He's like, everybody hates me, so no one's going to pair up with me. Michael Voldemort was like, hey, you want to switch? I know you're not supposed to be alone in the game. He's like, no one wants to work with me. I'm fine. So I just kind of think he's just like, I'm over it. Like, this is not fun for me. And at the very end, he's like, I dare you to banish me. Like, I feel like he just wants to leave at this right now.
But this is, again, what we're saying, why you cast people who do this for a living, because they know what they have to bring in, because you can see how he's reacting, how Donna's reacting, and it's like, it's overwhelming. It can get overwhelming. So they have to break up in pairs. They do that. I just want to say that Candace is with Tara because they're really good friends, actually, behind the scenes. And also, she's not joking when she says her curling wand broke and she's been using Tara. So she was doing Tara's makeup and things like that. So
they were friends before the
No. I think they just bonded.
They're friends now. Okay.
Yes, now.
Gotcha.
Over this, because when they paired up together, I was like, huh? Why are they pairing up together?
We didn't talk much, we didn't talk much about the second challenge with the chariots and the whole shield, the shield debacle.
Yes,
which the biggest thing to me was Voldemort. For some reason, just demanding a shield, and not really understanding any of the mechanics of the game. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it was put out there, hey, you find a shield token, you get to sit in the chariot with the shield. Yeah. And for some reason, he just comes over to, I think it was Caroline at that point. He's like, hey, you should let me have the shield. I was like,
no.
What? No, that's not how this is working. You need to find the token, and then you have the right to get a shield and sit in the chariot. And he's like, I think I need a shield more than Jam. Like, what? Yeah. That's not how this works, my man. Like, what are you talking about?
I think because people were finding it and they're like, oh, I don't need it. And they were giving it to women and were giving it to people who were lighter to be in the chariot. And then he was just like, why is no one offering it to me? I was like, have you not picked up on the fact that people don't like you? Like, how lost can you be in this situation? But for some reason, when Jam Jam found it and he got his, now he's just like really pissed at the fact that Jam Jam got one and he didn't get one. And it's like, I think we should talk about it. I'm like, it's a timed event. There's no time to sit there and talk about saving you. No one wants to do that.
Why would we want to save you? It's not the mechanic of the game. The mechanic of the game is you either find a token or someone finds one and doesn't want it and gives it to you.
Yeah.
It's not a debate thing of like who should get it. I mean, there are moments where people are like, talking about why they should get the shield, but this is not one of those moments. This is you find it, you get to sit in the chair. it was, and then he comes back later. Is like, I didn't realize that people that were traitors could have shields. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and the fact that Donna called him out was like, I don't think you're as dumb as you think as you're portraying. Like, no, I think he really is.
He really is. No, he really is.
God.
But yes, thank you for bringing that back up, because that's what led to the whole thing with him and Jam Jam, because now he won't shut up about it. They've dealt with it, they've talked about it, but he keeps bringing it up over and over again. You have limited time at the round table. We're trying to suss out traitors, and you want us to talk about whatever you think is happening to you. Stop taking it personal and get with the program, okay?
Yeah, it was so bizarre. It was so bizarre.
All right, bringing it back to the final challenge. They had to pair up, get skulls, and then stack it up in 10. Eventually, who was it? John Ware was out there. They were done and everything.
Yeah. He just could not find. It seemed like everyone was getting these 10 skulls within like 2 minutes. And he's out there just scrounging around. I don't know what he was doing out there. If I didn't know any better, I would think he was a traitor trying to like target Eric Nam. I was like, what is happening?
But then he said he's scared of a lot of things, and he's scared of water and things. So why did he go and not Eric? I didn't understand that
I don't
logic.
know. It was odd. It was very odd. That challenge. I know I said I like the challenges. That challenge was dumb. I hate that challenge.
You did? I liked it.
So boring. I was like,
down to the wire.
I guess. But listen, all these challenges are down to the wire. Like, I think
they lie.
They lie so bad.
Was it like, CT season where it was like, it's been 3 hours, like, 1 minute.
You have 1 second left, and oh my God, you got it right at the 1 second mark. Oh, you're so cool. Like, okay, all right, show. All right, we get it.
Well, at the end of the day, we ended up with the risks of the people who were still in the cage. It was Eric, Mark Ballas, Caroline Stenberry, and Ron. And, Lisa, but Lisa's not in danger. Lisa Renner. But I'm not mad at this risk. We can get rid of a boring person.
So it's Ron, Eric, and Caroline,
Mark Ballas. People who are not speaking or participating.
It's as much as Ron wants it to be him. It's not going to be. It can't be Ron. It should not be Ron at all. You need Ron around to get banished next round table. So you need him there.
Yeah.
Mark, Caroline, Nam. Who gives a fuck? Like, who cares? Anyone, I'll be glad to get rid of any one of them.
Yeah.
Because they're not bringing a single thing to entertainment, to finding out who a traitor is.
Nope.
Get rid of any of them. I don't care. I guess Mark, because he's the one that said the least, I guess. What is he even doing on the show? I don't know.
They're just sticking to their tropes. We had a Dancing with the Stars. But here's the thing. Everyone they keep casting is not a woman dancer. It's always the men. In all the shows that I watch, they keep casting all the male pros. And I'm like, when are the women pros going to get a chance? But I digress. But yes, they take them to a tree. They're tying them because the traitors have to banish them or murder them face to face, which isn't always fun, is it?
I think it usually is. I like to see the surprise on the people's faces because I think most of these people get murdered and they just don't even know who the traitors were. I don't know if they tell them.
They do. There's a YouTube thing afterwards where they
I remember that now. So I think it's fun to see their reaction when they get murdered. I mean, it depends on who the murdered person is, of course, of the level of entertainment we're going to get. If it is Mark, I mean, he's gonna be like, "Oh, okay," and just be gone. But I don't really care. It's kind of a bummer that they had to leave it at this. That this was the cliffhanger for the last episode. I did like Ron basically begging them to kill him. Like, show me your face because I want to go home.
She's like, you regret it. Oh, what, Ron? You're not going to do anything. So
Ron's kind of a letdown. I thought Ron's going to be a lot more fun.
Yeah, the good thing is we have 3 episodes next week, so we'll find out who leaves and see whether it makes a difference. But like I said, I don't think any of these people leaving is going to make an effect on the game. No,
I don't think they're interesting as either a character or someone that's going to help any of the faithfuls get traitors. So long to whoever it is.
Yeah, I wonder if some people are waiting for a surge in the second half of the game if they make it that long. And I say specifically like Stephen Coletti, he just feels like he has something in him. He's not giving us anything now, but I don't know if he's going to wake up
It
later.
feels like he could be the Pilot Pete that Colton pretends to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the only thing we really got out of Stephen Colletti is like, for some reason, this like extreme gentlemanly side of Stephen Colletti. I was like, okay, and that was a part of your character, but cool. So yeah, maybe people are waiting for the kind of everything to die down, or just the edit itself is like, we can't put in every single thing every single person does. We have so many people right now, so maybe people are just waiting for their debut as the field gets shorter and shorter.
Yeah, they have so many people that at the breakfast table, people are standing. There's not seats for everybody at the breakfast table. So we'll see.
I'm also looking for more from Monet. I feel like Monet has yet to really bloom and blossom.
I am okay with what Monet is giving because who did she have a great conversation with? Her and Natalie.
Yeah.
Like, I like their alliance. I wonder if that's going to put them in trouble. I just like the confessional when she whispered to Lisa, like, oh, it's about to get good, when Portia was coming in. Like, it's just the right amount where it's not like, oh, you're like, Bob the drag queen where you're being too loud or all that, but it's like, I'm in the mix though and I'm talking. But if you notice, Monet's always saying, well, who do you think is the traitor?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't ask me, but I'm asking you.
That's the best thing you can do.
So far so good. I enjoyed the first 3 episodes. Looking forward to the next. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, I'm like you said, I'm looking forward to. Listen, I'm all rooting for my gamers, so I'm hoping we can come back because the gamers are underdogs right now.
Yeah,
I'm really looking for Natalie to kind of take a chokehold of this game and figure out. It seems like in the next batch, Jam and Tiffany are going to go at it for some reason.
Yeah.
So mostly probably because of Voldemort, more than likely.
Of course.
But we'll see what comes out of that. I'm very intrigued. Like, when coming into this, I was like, how are the gamers going to work together if they do or don't? Because I think Jam is very like kind of temperamental person. So is Tiffany. So like, how are those things going to mix together? And then the only person, because we left are what? Tiffany, Jam, and Natalie, right? For as far as the quote unquote gamers.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they can band together, if Natalie's just going to ditch Tiffany and Jam, be like, I'm gonna just get rid of them and just stick with Monet, make my own little alliance and figure it out that way. But I'm excited to see what's to come.
Yeah. I do think Renners might be the first traitor to be banished, and I think if anybody else follows, it's because they do that thing where they give a hint where it's like, hey, this person might be the wink, and then they scramble and then figure out whether it's Candace or Rob.
Throw one of them
or something.
Throw one of their own under the bus.
Yeah. Yes. So, looking forward to it. So, as always, fun times, Jason. Thank you for doing this with me. Can you share with people where they can find you?
You can find me primarily on the Perfect Match podcast, where me and Asia Welch talk about Married at First Sight. You may be a little show you've heard of if you are a fan of this particular podcast. We are right now exclusively on Patreon because, as you may know, there's no current season happening. So we're on Patreon talking about old seasons. We're talking about season 10 right now. We're right in the mix, in the thick of the honeymoon right now. So come and join us. Tane will be showing up at some point in this season. Once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, who knows? So she'll be joining us at a certain points. So come on over to Patreon. It's patreon.com/perfect match podcast. You can find us. We have a whole bunch of other stuff that you can get into. We got a back catalog. We did a rewatch of season 1. We did a rewatch of season 11. We've done rankings. We've done different things. So come on over, have fun with us. If that's, I know it's something you're into because you listen to this podcast. You're here. And listen, we're still waiting for that Married at First Sight person to show up on a future season of Traitors. Listen, it's more than likely than not to happen now. We're on the same network. Come on. So yes, you can also catch me on The Good Pod with me and Marissa Garza as we rewatch the show The Good Wife. So if that was anything you were ever into back in 2010 to 2015, come on over. We're also talking about the current season of Elsbeth, which is on hiatus right now, but when it comes back, we'll be back talking about it over on The Good Pod. Be on the lookout for some Survivor 50 preseason coverage from Mike Bloom, and I joined him to talk about Jonathan Young. I'm not sure when exactly that's coming out, but it's coming out at some point in the lead up to season 50, so check that out as well. And that's all the places you can find me.
Nice. Yeah, you know where to find me, guys. Also call MAFS on all the socials and Threads and Blue Sky and X and Instagram. And please give me a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And stay subscribed so you don't miss out on any of the new episodes. Until next time, guys. Bye.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.